That night, Mirabel sat on the edge of her bed, staring at her husband as he counted coins to buy kerosene. Tears rolled down her face and she whispered, "Frank, why did you lie to me?" He paused, then looked up slowly and said, "Because, Mirabel, I knew if I came to you as the man I really am, you would never have said yes." She froze. Those words broke her completely. That was the night she realized she had not married a man. She had married an illusion. Before I tell you how Mirabel's life ended up like this, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss more emotional and real life stories like this one. Now let's go back to where it all began. When Mirabel met Frank, she thought she had finally escaped struggle. He looked like every girl's dream, confident, handsome and wealthy. He wore designer shirts that fit perfectly, drove a fine white Benz, and always said things like, "Babe, I don't stress, I make money work for me." Those words struck in her head. To Mirabel, he sounded like a man born for success. Her friends teased her. "You don't hammer, Mirabel. Your man they enter with Benz." And she would laugh proudly, replying, "Abeg, make una rest. I told you, my time don't finally come." If only she knew that what she thought was a blessing was actually the beginning of her biggest regret. For months, Frank swept her off her feet. He took her to fancy restaurants, bought her gifts, and spoke like a man with plans. But strangely, he never talked about what he really did for a living. One day, she asked playfully, "Baby, this your business safe. Which one exactly is it?" Frank chuckled, kissing her forehead. "Ah, Mirabel, you no trust me? Don't worry, when the time's right, you will know." And just like that, she never asked again. Because when you are in love, you stop questioning what feels perfect. The proposal came fast. A gold ring, romantic lights, her friends cheering. She cried tears of joy, believing she had found her forever. Their wedding was grand, a full-blown show of wealth. Guests whispered, "She's lucky. Mirabel has finally made it." And she smiled, believing them. But behind all the glitz and glamour, Frank's lies were waiting, patiently, quietly, for the right time to reveal themselves. 2 weeks after the wedding, everything changed. The Benz stopped appearing. "Baby, where's your car?" she asked one morning. Frank scratched his head. "It's at the mechanic. The gearbox is giving me wahala." She believed him at first, but the car never returned. Then one afternoon, a loud knock echoed through the house. The landlord stood at the door, angry and shouting, "Mr. Frank, you never pay rent for 3 months." Mirabel froze. She turned to her husband. "3 months? I thought you paid for the year." Frank could not look her in the eye. That was the day her fairy tale started crumbling. Days turned into weeks, and the truth came out piece by piece. The car was borrowed. The clothes were borrowed. Even the wristwatch she admired so much, borrowed. Frank was not a businessman. He was a man living off friends, loans, and lies. One night, Mirabel returned from work and saw him sitting quietly, counting coins on the dining table. "Frank," she whispered, "what are you doing?" He sighed. "I am checking if this will be enough to buy kerosene." Her heart broke. That was the moment she realized her life had changed forever. "Frank, why?" she asked, voice trembling. He finally looked up. "Because, Mirabel, I knew if I came to you as the man I really am, you would never have said yes." Her tears flowed freely. He was right. She would not have. Now, every morning, Mirabel wakes up beside a man she does not recognize. A man who loves her deeply but has nothing to give. A man who means well but can't even afford breakfast. Love is dear, but love no longer feels enough. Because when the hunger starts, romance fades. And when the truth comes out, lies lose their shine. She often sits alone, staring into space, whispering to herself, I did not marry Frank the man, I married Frank the illusion. And that was the price of pretending. If this story touched your heart, don't scroll away. Hit the subscribe button, like the video and share it with someone who needs to hear this today. Because sometimes the people who look richest are the ones wearing the poorest truths.